Hey guys, just wanted to say before the episode starts that I decided to try something different. I decided to stream this live through Twitch at twitch.tv/megamoika. If the volumes are a bit iffy, I'm so sorry. This is my first time doing something like this, so hopefully this works out. If not, I'll just go back to the way I had it beforehand. But yeah, I hope you still can enjoy this episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rainy Day Lounge, Episode 1. Today, I have the lovely RedMinus and Ethan Gallardo joining me. Say hello, guys.
Hello. How are you?
How's it going, guys?
Introduce yourselves.
Well, thank you. I'm RedMinus. I make cartoons. Maybe you know them. They're mostly memes.
I'm Ethan, and I'm a voice actor. And you might have heard some of the things I've done as well. Some are memes.
Some are memes? How dare you, good sir. Your work is lovely.
Thank you. See, when you hang around with RedMinus too much, though, you start to...
yeah, the memes just start to bleed into everything.
Right. Got memes in my veins.
That meme life. So, what's going on?
All right,
Tell
nothing. Today we're just going to, I was going to quickly talk about some anime, my E3 experience, and then have us talk about what happened for AX. Really.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, anime-wise, I was like, it was pretty much back-to-back for E3 and AX, so I haven't really been watching much. I think the only thing I kept up with was The Eccentric Family Season 2 and My Hero Academia. Which, hey, who voices in that, I wonder?
I don't know. Me, baby.
It's Ethan.
It's your boy, Ethan. That is correct. It's pretty cool. This new episode of My Hero Academia, I voice a professional hero named Manuel, who's actually known as the normal hero, and there's something really charming about that. I really enjoy that. But yeah, I got Tenya with me, and we're gonna train together. You know, he wants to go find is it Stains? That's his name.
Stains.
Stains.
No, I'm. Is that it? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, so we'll see. Pretty excited about that. Getting a named role in My Hero because I love that show. But
yeah, no doubt.
All right. Yeah. Anything? Have you guys been watching any anime?
Yeah, actually, weirdly, I have. I don't usually make time for that. Because usually I'll watch, some shows while I'm working or whatever. And if I watch cartoons, it's too distracting because it's so visual. But yeah, I actually watched the season 2 Attack on Titan, which was great. It was paced much better, I thought, than season 1. Straight to the point, half as many episodes, but I mean, half as many necessary, I think, to get to what they needed to get to, and the animation quality was a little bit better too. I watched both seasons back to back to refresh on the first one since it's been so long, and I remember thinking the first season looked nicer the first time through that I watched it, and watching it again, I see all the stupid little corners they cut and like all this stuff that looks kind of gross. But they seem to have cleaned a lot of that up in the second season, so it was a nicer looking by quite a bit, I think. And there were some cringy CG moments, but other than that, they were like actually kind of almost hilarious. Like they did a couple scenes. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you see this stuff? Like
yes.
Where, yeah,
there were some wide shots of like them riding horses in the dark, and I guess they think because it's dark they can get away with having like these really budget CG models riding horses, and it's like if you just kind of glance at it you don't really notice, but if it's sustained for too long you totally start to tell that it's these like really whack-ass like PS1 era cutscene looking guys on horses, but still, and there was a couple of like weird flags and stuff. Other than that though, it looked great, and I think is much better pacing. I would recommend. Also, One Punch Man I finally watched. That was solid.
Yes,
super solid. No complaints about One Punch Man.
You got to just get up on Mob
Yes.
Psycho after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
have you done Mob Psycho or no?
Not yet. No, I'm saving it.
Okay, good.
Let me see if it's on Netflix real quick.
If not,
It
it's
might be.
on Funimation or Crunchyroll. So.
Is it okay? Yeah, so I could just check it out there. I've been watching a lot of the Netflix animes, and I see the Castlevania's up now, so I might have to check that out,
Ooh.
even though I'm not excited to check it out.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind
Yeah,
of
I
the
just
same
kind of
way.
don't care, but it looks like just from the still that they're showing, it looks like it's, and I'm just totally guessing here, but it looks like it's based on Castlevania 3's story. So it says Trevor Belmont, and then it's got Alucard and Sypha, and those are like the 3 characters from that game.
Mm.
And it was also like the origin kind of, at the time it was the earliest part of the timeline that it came out. It was like a prequel.
Mm.
In the series, they eventually went back further, but that's what it looks like it is. Someone last night told me that it's not based on the Castlevania like timeline from the game lore, but I don't know. Looks like it is. We'll see.
Yeah, actually, I did keep up with season 2 of Attack on Titan, and yeah. I agree with everything you've said, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Nice.
you, Ethan?
Feels
You
good to be
watch
right.
anything?
I haven't been keeping up with anime lately, other than My Hero and just some. I've been watching Seven Mortal Sins just because my friend Dave Tarasco directs it, and another friend of mine is voicing in it. So I just kind of, and it's her first time doing like voiceover, so I've just kind of been checking it out periodically to just kind of be like, oh, hey, what's going on? It's not really my anime. It's very not safe for work.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it Nicole?
It is
La la.
Nicole.
Okay, yes. Yep. I remember seeing that, and I was just like, my girl.
Yeah, she's playing Lucifer in that anime, and she's doing so good. I love her character. So I've been just popping my head in to be like, I wonder how Nicole's doing. Yeah, awesome. And then I also just watch a lot of Psyche K, just because it's a fun kind of self-aware slice of life.
Yes, I watched a few episodes with Nashira because Nashira was like, "I love the show. Please, like, I'll rewatch it."
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yes, I want to watch the dub. And then she was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I was like, "Ethan voices in it." And she was like, "Oh, I'm in." So
it's funny though. They say some things in the dub that I'm like, "There's no way that that's in the Japanese." And then I'll go back and watch the Japanese, and the translation's practically the same thing. Like they don't compromise anything for the English. So I don't know. It's just really funny. It's super self-aware. It's like, this is an anime. Let's see how far we can push it, kind of thing like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what did you say that was?
That's The Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
Huh. Okay.
It's about a guy who is psychic, basically to the point of ascension. Basically, he's practically God in his universe. And he's so aware of everything that he can't enjoy a normal life. You know, he can't see movies because people are thinking about them, and he hears everybody's thoughts. You know, he can't. The only thing he does is like he plays super old video games because like nobody's talking about them, and he won't be spoiled. You know, like it's just kind of funny, like the struggle of somebody who's, you know, really like cognizant of the world around him. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. That sounds good. I heard a lot of good things about My Hero Academia. I would like to check that out at some point. I've heard only good things.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first season is a bit slow in the sense where it's like you're learning about the main character who he's very normal. He's like your everyday Joe, essentially. And so you might be like, man, it's a bit too slow for me. But no, keep with it. And it just, it just every season gets better and better.
I would say if you haven't read the manga, you probably won't notice the pacing. But from comparing the manga to the anime, like the first 3 episodes of the anime are like the first 3 pages of the manga. Like it goes so fast in the book. But the show itself, I don't know. I stuck through the entire first season. Like I couldn't wait for the next episode to come out when it first showed. So it really had me hooked in there.
Right on.
Man, yeah, the anime, like, it gives, I don't know, it gives the characters so much more life, and man, I love it. But I don't want to say too much and, like, spoil our
Yeah,
whole
no
way.
spoils.
No
spoiler
spoils,
cast.
no touchies.
But
My God.
I guess I'll move it on to E3 so we can get to that Anime Expo. But
yeah, I forgot you went to E3 because I didn't go to E3, so I don't remember anything about it.
See all the cool video games over there?
Actually, well, so for E3 I went, and so this year is the first year they're allowing general public in, and I went as like a professional, so my badge gave me more clearance than regular people.
Dang.
But the way they handled it, I felt was kind of weird because of general public being there. Not to say it was like a bad thing or anything, like, don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome that they allowed the general public in, but I felt like they could have handled it better because there was just, the games were so full. There was like, I don't know, if you were going to check out a game, honestly, it would probably take you the whole day just to get to play it, unless you got there like ridiculously early, which I can't. But yeah, the way I thought they would handle it was, general public's allowed in from this time to this time. Anything after that is just professionals or like industry people, essentially. Or have them be like, okay, general public's allowed in on these days, and on this day it's only like industry. But no, it was all the time. They were there the whole entire time, so it kind of made lines a little bit long and unbearable. But yeah,
wasn't this the first year where they just kind of opened it to the general admission, sort of?
Yeah, that's what I meant by general public. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I just kind of, I might have missed you saying that. But yeah, like, right. Because isn't it in previous years you had to like you somehow prove that you were industry, and then they'd let you in for free. Otherwise, like, entry was like exorbitantly expensive. Like, you wouldn't go as a normal person. It was like $800 or something.
Dang.
Whereas now, can't you just...
Yeah. I don't think you could even get in unless you had somebody in the business or in the industry like vouch for you and like sign you up through their company or whatever.
Right. Brakes are off the train now, baby.
Yes. I feel like E3 for me was kind of like Anime Expo in the sense where I didn't really like, I waited in line for one game, which was Final Fantasy Dissidia NT, which was I think it was interesting because before it wasn't like because what they did was they made it into a 3v3 brawler, or they had like I don't know if, I'm sure there's like a single player area. They made it into a 3v3 brawler, which I thought was a bit weird, but from what they had, it worked. So I for what I waited, I think luckily I only waited like 30 minutes. So for that wait, I thought it was awesome. I was glad I got to check it out.
Nice.
But yeah, I mostly spent it because also aside from that, E3, I just spent it talking to other business people. So it was like meetings. And so, yeah, after that was it. It was just meetings, talking to people. And then I got to go to Blizzard's campus. So that's their headquarters in Irvine, California.
Is that where they keep Soldier 76?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
okay.
Baby. Ooh.
Just making sure.
You need to use Winston's fingerprint to get in.
But yeah, there's some stuff I can't say because I had to sign an NDA. But I will say I got to meet like people who work or not work, but they do Overwatch related things. So like YouTubers, like shout out to Your Overwatch. It's a trio and their stuff's awesome. Online, a lot of people think they're like these huge assholes who like, I don't know. It's like Overwatch is weird because the community is so used to being babied because Blizzard actually listens to their feedback and changes things quite often compared to other games, I feel. So they're very entitled. So a lot of the Overwatch people will give their opinions because, I mean, these guys, they're like top 500 players for the most part. And so a lot of them are like, what you're saying, like is stupid. It's not, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're straight up wrong. You're like not
And
good
dumb.
players. Yeah, they're like, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, no, they do know what they're talking about. They are top 500 players. It's so stupid. But no, they were really awesome guys. I also got to meet O'Nickel, who does Overwatch news as well. And he kind of gets the same flack, but it's so dumb. But no, they were awesome guys. I got to meet Jeff Kaplan, which, oh, bless him. He's my Overwatch dad. I love him. I'm so glad I got to, like, eat, like, dinner. And that was basically, really, that was it for E3. I think I'm going to do a vlog where I go more in-depth for the sake
Did you
of...
record?
Yes,
Did
I
you record
recorded
anything while you were there?
video. Yeah, so... for the sake of moving it along, so that I'm not only talking about myself.
No, please continue. No, E3, I've never been. What was your favorite thing you saw, other than all the stuff you just mentioned? Games that were there. Was there anything that stood out?
I would have to say Nintendo. Their booth area was so cool. They had, like, Mario statues everywhere. They had, like, Splatoon was also everywhere.
I'm
Obviously,
excited for Splatoon.
Like, yes, I wanted to play Nintendo games so badly, but the same thing happened at PAX South.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Their
Did they cap
booth,
it?
yes. As soon as it opened, like, not even a minute later, they were like, sorry, everything's capped.
Uh-huh.
Come back later.
Sucked. Yeah, by later, they mean come back tomorrow or some other time during the
yes,
event,
it was like, pray that you get here early enough.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Speaking of lineups.
Yeah?
What was that AX shit all about with the lineup? You skipped the line, Moika?
Oh my god. Well, not skipped. For Anime Expo, I got there early enough, luckily. And I didn't even go that early. I went around like 1 p.m., I believe, on Thursday. And
right.
I
the
got
day
there.
Before.
Yes, I got very lucky because around that time, like, the lines were kind of ridiculous. But for whatever reason, between 1 p.m. and like 1:30, I went in and it took me like 5 minutes to get my badge and bag. Because they were handing out a Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy 14, their MMO, a bag where it was double-sided. So one side was Final Fantasy 12 for the remake. Or I guess it's remaster,
right.
not a remake. Sorry. But yeah, and the other side it was Final Fantasy 14, the MMO. It was huge. That I didn't like that it didn't have like because it was like an over the shoulder bag, but the bag was so freaking huge that at 5'2" I could not walk normally
could
with
probably
it.
fit in one of those bags.
Yeah,
those bags are pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is my freaking size. Like, I can't walk around with this. So I just folded it up.
Yeah, it was really big. I bought some like small sketchbooks, and honestly, they were lost in that bag. It was way too big.
That aside, I think it's a cool bag because I'm just gonna hang it up as a poster.
Yeah, it almost is, right? It looks it's a good illustration. It's a good picture for Final Fantasy 12 they have on there. I think we're in agreement, you and I, that we're looking forward to that when it does come out. It has the release date, right? That's on the bag. What's the date?
7-11.
No, I don't.
No, I think it is though. Actually,
no. I'm looking at the bag right now. It's 7-11.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dang.
Yeah,
is that month
12.
day or day month?
Yeah,
that's month day.
Is that November or like 3 days from now? It's got to be November because they haven't really been talking about it yet.
Yeah. It's got November 7th then.
Oh, no,
that sounds right.
No. It's July 11th, 2017. I just went
Fuck.
on Square Enix's site and it has it July written out. July 11th. Oh my god, that's
Okay,
coming
so
by
Tuesday,
so quickly.
I guess.
Yeah.
What the heck?
All right.
Why haven't they been talking about it?
I guess they are with all these bags. R.I.P. this month.
Buy our game. Here's a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess it's kind of in your face. It's just, I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much other stuff going on to look at and think about that it kind of, maybe it doesn't stand out so much. If it was the only thing worth mentioning, then maybe you'd get a little more focused. That's crazy, dude. I wasn't expecting that shit.
Yeah, me either.
Ugh.
Oh.
Well, I ain't got time right now, let me tell you. But when I do,
Yeah. I'm like surprised that it's only going to be $50.
that sounds right to me. So
Well-
much stuff. The prices have been kind of going up and up. I thought Nier was too expensive. I liked it, but it was too expensive. And the DLC also too expensive.
Ah,
I
yeah,
mean,
the DLC was a bit.
Yeah, Nier should have been like the price of just the game, like the DLC and the game together should have been that price. So I don't know, 50 sounds right to me for a remake.
Yeah,
it's not
I
like
guess
they had
that's
to-
true. I know. I guess I'm so used to them like upping the price even for remakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess I'm just happy that it's like it's priced fairly.
Yeah, it's reasonable, I think. And I mean, when I played through that the first time, I think I put maybe a good 100+ hours in. So, $50 for a game you can spend that much time on, I think is totally reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
So that was your Thursday?
Yes, that was
You got
my
there
Thursday.
earlier than I did. Thursday.
Yeah,
So what was it? Friday was like day 0, they called it, right?
No.
Well,
Or
Friday's
yes,
day
yes, yeah.
Thursday
No.
is
Friday
day
was
0, right?
No, they switched it up. I got a bit confused. But yeah, the way which is weird, but yeah, Anime Expo this year decided.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they decided Friday would be day 0, which is
Right.
not included in the 4-day pass. You had to buy a separate pass for like $20, which I think
Right.
is stupid because they had nothing happening, which made it feel like just a huge fucking money grab, which I don't like.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's exactly what it was.
And it's like, I get that you want to make money, but justify the amount. Because for $20, there was nothing going on. Like,
Right, but you could get
there was no panels, which I think was a wasted opportunity. I think they could have had, like, I'm sure people would have gladly done panels on that Friday.
Just for something to do, even. I bet you it's hard to get a panel, so.
True, but I mean, I that's why I feel like it's a missed opportunity. They could have been
Right.
like, you know what, newer people, here's your chance.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
totally.
Yeah, so I think next year they already said that day 0 was going to be Thursday, which I like.
Okay. It makes more sense. I think they just wanted to make sure they wanted to get the July 4th day as part of the con. I think is probably what that was. I don't know why, because it's not like they did anything to justify it, but
Yeah. I agree.
yeah. So that was Friday, Thursday. So wait, the day 0 was Friday, but you showed up Thursday and collected your stuff. And
Yes.
there's still a lineup.
Yes, they
That's out of control.
they sent out they sent out an email that was like, "Hey, you can pick up your badge as early as Thursday."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I guess I'll just go Thursday because I got in on Tuesday, I believe. I got
Right.
there super early this year. Let me. No. I got in on Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. So I was there a day early.
Mm.
But yeah, I didn't have anything planned for Thursday, so I just went ahead early. Which I'm glad for because holy crap, some of the lines were ridiculous. Jesus. I had my friend O'Nickel, yeah, him and his girlfriend only got a day pass and they waited like 5 or 6 hours.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it was bad. because they had to go. The line was all the way past the freeway because there's like a little sidewalk underneath it. And then it looped into private property, and it was like this shitty homeless person's camping ground, essentially. And then and then it went further into public private property. So people were like on people's yards, and those people were like, "Get off our yard! This is my home. Stop throwing your trash in my like yard." And it was bad. Like, there's no bathrooms out there, so I was like, man, if something goes wrong, I was like, Anime Expo is gonna be in liability for it.
Yeah, our friend Jaxie was running one of the booths, or she was working one of the booths, and she had told us that people were coming in when the expo room was closing, saying like, "I just got in. Can I please buy something?"
Oh man, yeah. There were people. I was kind of hanging out at that booth, just sort of at the end, and I was hanging out like just sort of like right at the end, and at the end of the day, when everyone is like getting flushed out by security and stuff, and like they were like checking people's badges to be like, "Oh, you're not like with a day table, you got to go," and still there were people like somehow getting in and being like, "Can we buy something?" like down to the very last second. So yeah, I imagine that was going on every day.
Mm-hmm.
Busy shit. I didn't manage to find like a lot of the booths I was looking for.
Yeah,
when I went in. Yeah, I found the guy is such the exhibition hall was so packed with booths.
Yeah.
That like you even just get lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I had to do was like check on Twitter for like the booth that I was looking for with like the number, and just try to track down the the little number that goes with it.
The info booth guy that's exactly what I went up to him. He was way in the back, and he had this huge chart with all the booth numbers on it. And we had to like find them and locate them. And he was like, "Okay, you got to go down." The instructions to get, you could see them on the map, but then like the instructions to how to get there were even more complicated because the way things are all laid out, right?
Yeah.
It's like turn around this corner and then go. But like when you actually walk around, it's not clear what constitutes a booth, right? Like you look at it on the map and it's all these rectangles, but in actual fact, it's not that at all. It's like people got these tables, and then some places have like things with a curtain around them, and then other people have like different things you can walk inside of their display and stuff. Look at shelves. So it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a visual mess, and it's hard to navigate.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's like that.
What were some, like, I don't know, is there anything in particular that you were looking for that is like really interesting to you?
I wanted to find the Omocat booth.
Gotcha. That took me forever to find too, because I thought it would be. I thought it would be in the artist alley, but it wasn't. It was in the upstairs. It was in the back. Unfortunately, I didn't really find anything I wanted. I thought that they were selling like art books, like sketchbooks, but what they were selling were like blank sketchbooks with Omocat art on the covers that you can like draw on yourself, kind of thing. And the rest was like clothing. There was like catalogs that you can look at and things like that, but a lot of it was like sold out. Like all the sizes that I would have worn were already sold out.
I wanted to find the Mega 64 booth. I didn't get around to it.
Oh my god. No, their booth this year was...
You sure did.
I did, yeah. Usually their booths are a little bit bigger, but this year, I don't know. I feel like this has been their smallest booth. So it was like, I don't know. It was very hard to find because they were, I don't remember, because they weren't on a corner, which is what I'm used to for them. There was, I can't even remember what was around them. It was just so crowded that it made it like impossible.
Yeah, I felt like everything just sort of, it was like crowd central.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just take care of this real quick.
Oh wait, I lied. I guess I didn't post it up.
Uh-oh.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. But no, yeah, I agree. It was very hard to find booths because honestly, I just went around, like I just walked around and prayed that I found things I liked.
Yeah, I was hoping to I was trying to
Right.
find like
What's up
figurines,
now?
like little anime figures and stuff. And I couldn't really find any that weren't like, your generic like this is Goku, like, things like that. I didn't find anything like too interesting. I really wanted to find like some Kill la Kill stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, or just like things from I wanted some variety. I didn't really see that much. It just seemed like typical vendor stuff that I would see like at any, shop that sells anime stuff.
Uh-huh. I mean, I saw loads of Kill la Kill cosplayers, tons of Ryuko Matoys.
Mhm.
Nice.
I think that's maybe. I mean, like actually, Ryuko Matoy is a recognizable character because all you need is
Yeah.
that wig with the red stripe on it, and then it's like,
Mhm.
oh, that's Ryuko. She could be wearing any costume. I think I saw a lot of the that first Kill la Kill episode where she's just wearing like the jacket and stuff. I think
Uh-huh.
I saw a number of those.
I saw a lot of Makos, and I was like,
Right.
I love Mako. She's so cute. I saw when she has her Goku uniform, she got the cool jacket, and she looks super badass. I saw somebody cosplayed as her, and I was like, you look amazing. It was good. There's some good stuff.
Yeah, there was. I'm like, back to the Overwatch. Yeah, there was this one diva cosplayer who made the mecha out of like just regular EVA foam, which I don't know. For it being EVA foam, it held up really well and looked really nice. The bottom portion wasn't the bottom portion was just her legs, like it wasn't the mecha's legs or anything, which was understandable, but the top portion, it looked like it was covering her like it does in the game, which I thought was so awesome.
That's cool. I didn't see that, but that sounds good. I saw that. Everyone probably saw that Zenyatta.
Oh yeah, that guy was cool.
Oh my god, yes!
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's like a little
dope Zenyatta.
puppet Zenyatta kind of thing.
Yeah. I saw a really good, I guess we're talking about cosplayers now, but I saw a really good Kefka and Terra Final Fantasy VI shit.
I think I
really
saw
nicely ornate. Good costumes.
I think I saw the Terra, not the Kefka, which now I'm sad because I love him.
Yeah, they were taking. I saw them taking photos together. So I don't know if they were actually together. I'd be surprised if they weren't because they had such similar style to the way their cosplays were. But yeah, that was good. It's good when people bring back the classics. It's not all cosplay hype for whatever's trending. So I enjoyed to see some nostalgic figures.
What did you cosplay as, RedMinus?
Some foppish hack, meme lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A drunk.
Oh my
I
god.
cosplayed as a drunk.
Yeah. It was method.
Method
Gotcha.
acting.
Yeah, it's method acting.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I cosplayed as
Oh, you did a bunch, didn't you?
not
did
a
a
bunch
few.
actually. I was gonna
No?
do Mercy, but I was just like, man, I got sick, so I didn't have time to work on the
Okay.
wings. Which I mean, in my opinion, those are pretty important to her costume.
Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, so I was just like, well, there's gonna be really good cosplayers here, so I'm not gonna do mine half-assed. I'll just wait for some other convention. So instead, I did Team Rocket Grunt.
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
that I saw a photo of.
yeah.
I didn't see you doing it.
Yeah. So I did that for a day, which was I did it on the last day. Because I had a photo shoot with other friends who were also grunts.
Okay. Right. I thought you did a diva? Did you not do a diva? Am I imagining that? I know Doopy did.
No, I did not do diva.
Have you ever?
I have a diva suit bunny outfit, which I have taken
Okay.
pictures of myself in. But I
Maybe that's
haven't.
what I'm thinking of.
I need to do something more with it. I haven't done anything with it. Which actually, so Blizzard was there this year, which everybody was a little bit surprised about because they've never been there before. And so
Yeah, they had a big booth.
Yeah,
pretty
and
big.
on the other side of the booth, they had like a little open area with like they had computers set up in the back, and then in front of those computers they had an open area with beanbags, and they did like a trivia night.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
yeah, and they were giving out these like diva like temporary sticker tattoo things, you know, the ones you put water on and then you like put on your skin and put off or whatever. Yeah, they had those, and so I ended up getting a lot of those, which thanks, now I remembered, so now I really feel like I should do something diva related.
I think you should just get a face tat of
you're right.
the little
that'll never get old. You'll be glad you did. In 10 years, you'll be glad you still have it.
That's right.
If you get those little pink triangles or whatever.
Oh my god.
Can't go wrong. It's a classic look.
I did see Lucio, the voice actor, was there, him and Diva, but you had to pay like a lot of money to go talk to them. So I just kind of stood in the back and watched him do his thing. And I was like, yeah, I saw Lucio. Cool.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah,
they stopped by that area where the trivia night thing was going on, so I got to see them as well. I didn't like, I wanted to go up to them and be like, can I take a picture with you? But I was like, I'll hold off. I don't want to like bug them. So yeah.
Nice.
So that was, what day was that? The cosplay. What day did you cosplay?
It was the last day.
The last day.
So yeah,
so
it
early,
was,
I guess.
Yeah, so it was Tuesday.
Right. Because that day kind of shut down, or everything shut down at like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Which was a little weird, considering that I think they had events going on all day, right?
I thought they did. I thought, like, I remember looking at a thing and the events, that there was stuff going on, and then I was like, what? Just like, shut down so quick.
Yeah, because they did have panels going on afterwards. So yeah.
Oh yeah, but in like the different area, yeah.
Yeah, which was confusing, and I wish they had like made it more easier to find. But whatever, maybe next year. Who knows?
It's also, the convention center was also just ridiculously huge. I mean, just getting from the South Hall to the West Hall to find whatever you were looking for, like, I'd imagine it'd be really easy to miss, like, whatever panel you're trying to get to, or I was lost a lot of the time, so. Yeah,
it almost seemed like at every turn, security people were yelling at people to go away. Like,
oh my gosh, no joke. There was a time where I was with Doopy and we were sitting on one side of the wall, and somebody came up to us and said, you can't sit on this side of the wall, you can sit on that side of the wall. So we did. And then we had an angry lady come up to us and say, you can't sit on that side of the wall. And I was like, where do we sit? Everybody's telling us to go to a different side of the wall and then telling us to leave. I don't understand. So it felt like the floor is lava all the time at wherever I went, because security was always trying to direct people somewhere.
Yeah, it really did seem like you couldn't stand anywhere for 2 minutes and figure out what the hell was going on before people were like, move it, keep it moving. What to wear, though? I don't know what.
No, I was gonna say, for the entrance where the entertainment hall was at, there's like a little like pathway that people walking can take to get to the other side of the convention easier and faster. But for whatever reason, they closed it down. And there was like stairs that went underneath as well. Yeah, I don't know why, but they closed those areas down. And I feel if they hadn't, people could have gotten to where they needed to faster and safer. Yeah. Because, the convention was like 24/7. It was just packed. Which is kind of scary because as 5'2", everybody's like towering over me. And I can't like... I have to physically push my way through, and it's a little bit hard too when people are just like running you over, essentially. So yeah.
Did you make it to the Mega 64 panel?
No, I did not, which I'm super sad about.
Yeah.
Because I always try to go.
Did you notice, even if it was like, I'm sure that there's always a lineup, did you notice it was hard to get into?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to get into. Like, I couldn't get in, which made me sad. Man, last year they kind of gypped them because
Right. I remember
It was
something about that.
Yeah, it was disorganized, and like what happened was, so people lined up early, and then for some reason they decided they were moving the lines elsewhere. So the people who got there early were told to move and go re-line up again. Which, oh my god, musta, like, if it were me, I would have been so heartbroken. And
Yeah.
yeah, and so I was lucky because I was hanging out with Rocco and all them that year. And so they were just like, oh yeah, just come in with us. You'll just get in early so you can pick wherever you want to sit at. We go to the room and the people were giving Derek shit, and they were like, no, you cannot go in. And he was just like, I'm the one who's hosting this panel. Like, I have to be in there and we have to set up. And they just like, I don't know, they were just like, no, you cannot go in. And it was like, why? This is one of the people that are like running the panel. What's the issue here? And so finally,
that is weird, but
no, yeah, and it got them, because of that, they were in late, so they had to set up, which kind of ran them over their time. And then they wouldn't let people in. And so by the time people actually got in, it was like the panel, like it had eaten up like 30 minutes of the panel, which they only had like an hour time slot. So it was like, oh, well, we have to like rush through what we were actually going to like talk about and stuff. And so it's just, man, it just, poof, it kind of blew. It kind of sucks. Yeah, because they were like, the staff were like, well, just start your panel. And it was like, there is literally nobody in here because you won't allow them in. Like, we're not going to start the panel with nobody in here. Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Sounds like a not fun way to go about things.
No, yeah, it really wasn't.
Stressful situation. Yeah.
Oh, AX.
Get it together, guys.
Get it together, AX. Come on, guys.
Come on.
What was the good shit?
Ah, yeah.
Enough complaining. Get off the complaint train.
Beep beep.
We got it. Yeah.
That's not even a train sound.
Yeah, it's not even a train sound.
It's a car.
I don't know. I personally didn't spend a lot of time inside the convention, so I don't really have a lot to say to review that. But I spent a lot of time outside the convention, hanging out with people and drinking a lot. That part was wonderful. We had some great Mexican food, which they have in Southern California. Let me tell you, buddy. We bought gin at a grocery store at 2 a.m. That in Canada.
Oh my god, that was so fun, though.
Great experience. Yeah, we did it right.
Went to a couple of Funimation parties.
We did that too, yeah.
Yeah, at a bowling
VIP,
alley.
baby.
Took some photos. That was really fun.
Just clowning, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Saw a lot of people. I don't want to start the roll call because I'll leave people out. We saw Bill, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Yes,
expecting
Bill. Shout out to Bill.
Yeah, shout out, for real. We hung out with, it was Chambers and Pixius Maximus on that first night. It was good to see them. Hadn't seen them in a while.
Wonderful people.
Yeah, totally. Me and Ethan spent a little time in Burbank, which is lovely.
So pretty.
I like Burbank a lot.
This is my first time in Cali at all.
Right,
I've never been there before. So LA was like, okay, this is cool, but Burbank was so nice. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Burbank is the A+, I think. Same with Marina Del Rey. I spent my first overnight with the dudes who run the Yo Mama channel. They stayed at their place for just the Friday night, I guess, and that's in Marina Del Rey, and that's kind of nice because it's just it's in the water.
Yeah,
that's kind of all. Yeah.
For E3, that's where I stayed at because Jesse, he let me stay at his place, and man, that area is so pretty. I agree, and it's like I don't know. Because it's on like where the water is, it was a lot cooler there as well, which I really liked.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, July is probably the hottest month to visit California, so you can use that extra chill. We kind of got in at a lucky time, I think, because everyone the week before was saying how like ungodly, uninhabitably hot.
Right. Yep.
It had been, and then we were kind of there, and I was like, oh, this isn't really that bad. And then like we left only a few days ago, and now looking at Twitter, everyone who lives there is like, "Fuck this heat." So
Yes.
I think we dodged a bullet somehow. I don't know how that worked out, but
Yeah, it's just a bit.
Yeah, it was the same for E3. Like the weather was like super hot a few days before, but then E3 rolled around and it was like, oh, it's actually not too bad. Like it's the same temperature as back home. Maybe it was actually it was a little bit cooler, which I was like, oh, this is great. And the same thing happened for AX as well, which was also great.
Yeah.
I'm a bit thankful.
Moeka, you had a meet and greet. Tell us about it.
Funimation was nice enough to let me have my meet and greet with them at Lucky Strike.
Oh.
And yeah, I
didn't realize it was there.
Yes, they had like a back section where the VIP was. You know where we took those photo booth pictures or whatever?
Yeah.
It was in that area. To the left of that, there's like another bar and a like second set of bowling alleys. That's where it was held. At the same time, on the other side, my friend Sachi had hers. And so it was really nice. I got to meet some of my viewers from Twitch, Fokin, Beezy, Lancer. Who else? I feel like there is way more that went, but I'm blanking out, which is bad. But yes, thank you to everybody who stopped by.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you get anything good? People give you some drawings?
Yes, Fokin gave me some drawings that he drew. So he drew my character. Like, he drew my character holding Soldier 76 up. And I didn't realize, because he sent me, like, a ping of it, because he scanned it. I didn't realize how freaking huge the thing itself was, because I had issues, like, taking it back home.
Oh, sure.
But luckily, it got here pretty safely without, like, me having to fold it at all.
Yeah, it's tough just carrying loose paper around. Someone came in and gave me a nice drawing they did and wrote a letter on the back and everything. I really like it a lot, but it was just a normal piece of like just blank white paper that they drew it on and stuff, so I had to be super careful with it and like kind of hold it like carefully and get it back to like the hotel so I could put it in like a book pretty much to keep it flat.
Yes.
Yeah. It's tough. I personally didn't do a great job of letting people know that I was going to be around, so I didn't end up meeting a lot of people that way. But in the future, I should make a note to have a better way to carry stuff like that if people give me those kind of things, because it's happened before, and it's really hard to not, to make sure to get back to where you are without destroying the nice gifts.
Yeah, because last year
people spend their time to make for you.
Yeah, last year I didn't have a backpack with me, which I learned my lesson, and I had one this year. But yeah, I forgot to get like something to carry art with, because I wasn't expecting to buy all that many prints and stuff. So
well, live and learn.
Next year we'll be prepared.
Yeah.
Still need to have the RedMinus meetup at the Red Mango.
Yeah, that's funny. There's a place called the Red Mango. I'm like, it's just a smoothie place or something, but
yeah,
that's appropriate. I like blended up fruit when you drink it. Who doesn't? What's wrong with that? You know what I mean?
It's good and good for you.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I guess we'll allow it.
Thanks.
Don't do it again, though.
I'll try my best.
We've talked about this before.
Favorite moments, Malika? Go.
Favorite moments from AX?
Yeah.
Oh, I won't lie. I think it was meeting you two in person and hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't lie.
Because panel-wise, man, I didn't do anything panel-wise. Mega 64, their panel was really the only thing that I was like, oh, I want to go to this. But
yeah, same, honestly.
Yeah. I didn't get the chance to, sadly. I think it was just meeting you guys in person. I think that was like the most fun I had.
Yeah, it was good. It's always good to, me and Ethan have gotten together before, and I know you guys see each other once in a while too, so that was nothing new per se, but it's always good to meet back up with people that you know, and of course, And then meeting the lovely Mega Moeka.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. That is good. We had some good hangouts.
We
We
did.
did some stupid ass Instagram stories
Oh my god,
that I
yeah. I
immediately
need
regretted
those
the next day.
videos.
I forgot about that. What?
Yeah, I've got them all. I downloaded them all before I shamefacedly removed them.
Yeah, we watched them the morning after, and it was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, we were gunned.
We were quite gone. Shout out to alcohol for that.
Yeah. Represent.
Alcohol summer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. Yeah, hanging out in the hotel drinking is great. I always love doing that shit. You don't really need much more than a couple
Yeah,
people.
you really
true.
don't.
Props to the Radisson for showing us a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else? Let's see. Went to a couple things in Burbank, like I said. That was fun. We missed you on those days. So what were you doing those nights?
I was just hanging out with other people. Our friend Adam, for the group I was staying with, he was like going to meet up with someone, a friend, and so I went with them, and I didn't realize that it was like opposite of where Burbank was.
Right.
So I was just like, oh, because you guys were way closer to Burbank than I was, because I think you were like 30 minutes. And for me, it was like an hour and a half in that type of traffic. So I was just like, I don't think I'll make it. I really wanted to.
Next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm really glad. I think my takeaway from all of it was I was just really glad to see so many friendly faces and hang out with people that normally, I mean, I don't get to see too often. So it's always special when I get to, hang out and get to be friends and stuff like that. And I also met a few people who I've only met on the internet before, but finally got to meet them in person.
Oh, yes.
That was a blast too. So I love all that stuff.
Yeah, that really actually honestly is the best part of all these things.
Yeah, definitely.
I really think the con is just an excuse to get together. I think like for me and Ethan at least, we like to go to the Newgrounds thing that they do every year. And this was the first year in a long time that they didn't have a Newgrounds meetup at the office in Philly. So this was kind of like a way to get to that because so many of those people live around LA and stuff. So it was really easy to. So we did have a couple good nights of meeting up with a lot of the Newgrounds people that we like, and so for me and Ethan, I know that was definitely like a good enough excuse, even if we didn't spend much time at the AX itself. Just that meetup stuff was cherry.
No, yeah, I do this. I do the same thing. I'm just like, oh, this is going on. All right. And really, I'm just like, I'm just going to go drink and hang out with people.
Honestly, it's good to know because that just means that I can go to Burbank or LA and have a good time, whether there's a con or not. There's probably like really cheap days to go book a hotel or a flight somewhere in the year. And just knowing that you're always that close to people that you know is a really nice thing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, like once there's a critical mass of people in a certain vicinity, like it attracts more people to move there and stuff. It's kind of snowballs.
It's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just like going through it in my head being like, what if I moved out here? I was like, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Maybe I should, hey.
Think about it.
Yeah. So I totally can see that point of view.
Right on.
Yeah, anytime I go to LA, that's how I feel. I'm like, man, there's so many people I know, and I know I would have a good time. There's just like, there's so much to do down there. And I'm just like, in the Midwest, don't get me wrong, the Midwest, it's gorgeous. It has its own like unique things, but really, in terms of like, for somebody who's in their 20s, there really isn't that much to do aside from like, oh, let's go get like Red Lobster, or go to this like chain restaurant.
That's what my
like,
meetup in the Midwest will be.
Yeah.
RedMinus at Red Lobster.
Used to go to that when I was a kid. They had that in Ontario, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a lot slower paced and it's a lot of farmland over here, honestly. So it's like, oh, there's no necessity to have a round one where it has like all these crazy Japanese arcades and stuff.
You don't go to FarmCon?
Oh my god. I don't know. Things are a bit behind in that sense. And it's slowly, like, some certain areas now they're slowly starting to build new things and modernize, if you will. but it's a slow process.
Would you you kind of move around a little bit though, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
You get bored, or is there just other stuff that necessitates moving? I hate moving.
It's like I don't know, it's kind of a weird mix. It's kind of like, it's this area is cheaper, so I might, why not? Like, I'll go check the area out. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it. As I get older, I'm slowly being like, I don't think I can do this for much longer.
Yeah, you're almost near the granny phase.
Yeah, I
Full
am.
granny.
Full granny.
Yeah, don't go full granny before you find a good spot to stay.
Yeah.
Gotta settle in.
Kind of at this point, I'm just like, man, I really like LA. Now I just need to find like a roommate, cause man, it's so that's the problem. It's so expensive over there that I'm just like, I can't justify moving just by myself.
Right. Well, I mean, like most people don't live in Los Angeles. People kind of like live
around. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can always go into the city if you need to. You never really need to. It's just proximity to stuff going on. You could do that. You find someone probably to shack up with. Everyone seems to. But I mean, yeah, you gotta pay. That's the thing. So this shit works.
Which is why I don't know. That's why I kind of like Dallas. It's in like the Midwest South. There's still things to do, and it has I really love food, and like Dallas has what is it, like the most restaurants per capita or something like that?
Yeah, we have a city in Dallas called Addison, and because they're all like right next to each other, and Addison has the most restaurants per capita out of any city in the nation. Maybe
that's crazy.
Nation. Yeah. So I used to live in Addison, and it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of food.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that about Vancouver too. It's hard not to live in a place where you can get any kind of anything you want whenever. You start to take it for granted, but
yeah, it's true. I don't know. It's also just living in the city. You know, Dallas is a huge city, so I'd expect it to have a lot of the commodities that smaller places don't typically have. I know, like moving from down south. I mean, I still lived in a smaller, I'd call it like, it's like a town almost. It's a city, but it's pretty small, and they don't have anything close to what Dallas has here, So it's just the population and the people. You have to meet the needs and stuff like that. So, and there's a little more room for luxury, with your round ones and your top golfs and your food everywhere, your Hakadas, your indoor air diving, skydiving, whatever. Yeah, Dallas has quite a bit here. So I really like it.
Kind of looking at Dallas as well, just because there's there's a lot of people I know down there, which would be nice. Because then it'd be like, Ethan, let us be off to Hakata, eat all the ramens.
Yeah, you can just hang out whenever. It's very convenient. Oh, I was going to ask you. You got a little interview from E3 with Frank Howley, didn't you?
Oh yes, I did.
How'd that go down? I watched a bit of it. Actually, I might have watched all of it. Anyway,
you might have watched all of it. It wasn't super long.
It wasn't that long. Yeah. Tell the people, for people who haven't seen it, what was that?
It was, so Frank likes to just randomly meet random people at conventions and interview them just to get their life story, what do they do.
So wait, just for anyone who doesn't know Frank, who's Frank? Describe Frank. Frank Howley. I know him through Mega 64 stuff, but other than that.
Yeah, no, Frank Howley he became friends with people at Mega 64 at a really young age. So he's just part of their crew, and he just produces video for them, essentially. He likes to play a lot of video games and movies and do sketch comedy. So that's what he does for YouTube. And so he started this interview type, I don't want to say show, but just this
series, I guess.
Series where he interviews people that he meets randomly at conventions called Neighborhood Game Club. So yeah, I got invited to a VIP dinner thing with Blizzard for E3, and Frank just called me because we were hanging out previously for a bit, and he was just like, "Hey, you wanna do an interview?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so we decided to have it at Jared's Jared's hotel room. And for anybody who doesn't know Jared's also friends with Mega 64. I guess I should say his full name, Jared Thorbon. And yeah, he works with cheap ass gamers. Their is at Video Game Deals. And so yeah, that Twitter just posts really good deals on video games and like video game related things. So it'll be like, oh, people want a Switch? All right. Hey, Switch is available on Amazon for Prime only people.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like Craigslist or something. Like
no.
stuff.
They just announce like if there's a like Steam sale, they're like, hey, this like $20 game is like 50% off. If you're interested in that, here's the link.
I see.
And so yeah, and he was very nice and let us record in his hotel room. And so yeah, he just interviewed me and asked me like how I started off, what started it all.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's like very laid back sort of thing.
No, yeah. So I guess he brought, I mean, that was at E3. I guess he had the foresight to bring recording equipment with him. Not that you need anything advanced nowadays. You can just use your phone, but it seemed to be recorded well, a camera or something, and you guys had a microphone. We should make in the future a better effort to do that kind of thing.
Actually,
stuff.
Frank
we were thinking about it already, but
yeah, we need to plan some of the things out better for next year.
Sure.
But no, actually, yeah. Frank and I have the same camera. Funny enough.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, I wanted a camera that I could like carry around because I don't like the size of DSLR cameras. They're too big.
Right.
And then once you put a microphone on top of it, it's heavy, it's bulky, and then I have to worry about like, oh, if I drop this, that's like $2-3 grand down the drain.
Yeah, you must not be bulky.
Yes, and so I asked Rocco, I was like, hey, what do you recommend? And that's the camera he suggested for me.
I gotta go feed my cat, but let's see, for me, in summary, Anime Expo, crazy ass lines, crowded as fuck, disorganized, shit everywhere, people yelling at you constantly.
Literally and figuratively.
Can't buy anything because you can't find the stuff you want, and by the time you do, it's closed. However, you get a cool free bag. There's a lot of cosplayers. You can scope a lot of butts if that's your thing.
Oh yeah.
My God, yeah.
Or even if it's not your thing, you're gonna scope them.
There were butts everywhere.
There were some butts. You can get a hot dog with bacon wrapped around it. Also, if that's your thing, it's not mine, but you know, you do you. That's a plus. Lots of people you probably know, so you get to hang out, and there's nothing better than that. And also, if you like to have a drink or two, California will hook you up.
Yeah,
that's what I have to say about that. You guys?
No, yeah, I agree. Everything you said is you're right again, RedMinus.
Thank you.
Darn you.
What a surprise.
I know.
Hey, you know, it's no problem for me. just thought I'd say that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to bounce out.
No, I think
business,
that's a good spot to stop at, actually.
All right then.
Nice.
Unless you want to add something else, Ethan.
No, thank you for the ball. No, I think it was a great experience. Definitely would do it again. Had a great time meeting all of my old friends and meeting a ton of new friends. And I had a blast. I loved California. It was awesome. Definitely going back.
Thank you. Well, I just want to, before we end the podcast episode, I just want to say thank you, RedMinus. Thank you, Ethan Gallardo, for joining me today.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm glad we had this chat.
Glad we got to meet in real life, and we will see you next time.
Okay,
see
bye.
you guys. Laters.